Hey folks, welcome back to another Opponent Master video, and today we're going to go over Sygna Suit Serena, who is dropping tonight, by the way. As usual, we will be streaming the summons live as soon as she drops, so make sure y'all tune into that. That would be pretty cool. Also, again, advertising the Genshin channel. If you guys do like Genshin channel, go check out the Genshin channel. Somewhere in the description. Anyways, let's get into this then. So, Sygna Suit Serena. She is the upcoming Master Fair. She's part of the 2.5 anniversary. She's not anniversary. She's not called like Anniversary 2022 like all the other anniversary units, but she's part of the anniversary celebrations. I count her as an anniversary unit, right? So what she is she's a dragon type striker damage dealer, right? With 2 AoE moves, and 2 trainer moves, one being Dire Hit Plus, one being the Feel Our Feelings, which gives attack and special attacks +6 and then gives you gradual healing. So you easily max out your own crit, attack, and special attack. And also get some gradual healing if you care about that. And then there's also a slight cost to the trainer move, which is it costs you 2 gauges to use, which generally they don't, but you know, this one does. Because, you know, for something this good, you do have to have a downside, and the downside is it does cost gauges, which is not that big of a deal in my opinion. But anyways, moving on, your 2 moves. 1,000 waves, ground types, physical, restrains your opponents, right? 168 power, which is pretty big of a damage, you know, decrease, right? Just because it restrains the opponents. But anyways, 100% accuracy, AoE, and then you have Cord Enforcer, which is your dragon type damage dealing move, 192, which is much better, right? And yeah, again, AoE, no additional effects, all that stuff. And then your sync move is just a regular dragon type sync move, nothing too special. It's special. Okay, it's special. it's a special move. And then just transforms into complete form after you use it. And after you transform into complete form, you get a huge stat boost on every single one of your stats except for HP, right? So she is kind of like, she got like the Syncs or the Necrozma, Ultra Necrozma kind of transformation buff right over here. So this is all very good. And yeah, in terms of your passives, you have Callous Flag Bearer for 1, right? Which is plus 10% for all your team's damage, and then reduces damage taken by your team by 20%. And then the more allies with Callous themes on your team, the higher these are. Each additional sync pair powers up move by 10%, reduces damage by 3%, maximum power up 30%, and maximum damage reduction 36%. Those who are familiar with these passives, they're all the same, copy paste, except this one's Callous, right? Basically. You have Strong Start, which gives you physical move up next and special move up next, +1 when you first enter the battle. Got Head Start over here, -1 sync move countdown when you enter the battle, and then Restraining Sync up 5. Gives you extra 50% damage on your sync move when the opponent is restrained, which is cool, I guess. And then after you know, sync, right? You have Piercing Gaze instead, Impervious instead, and then Power Hold 5 instead, which also applies the extra 50% damage power up to your regular moves as well, so it's not just your sync. Anyways, that's the basic part of our kit, right? Basic part of our kit. In terms of our grid, right, there's a few good things in here. There's Brain Power, which is a very good special attack version of Haymaker. What else? Super Duper Effective 2, which is super duper effective too, extra 10%, super effective hits. You all know that. Sync Damage Guard gives you Damage Guard on sync, which is whatever. I mean, you're not really a tank, so who cares? Super Sync or Super Effective up next. Yeah, this is, it's just for 1 move, so, I mean, it could clutch in match mode, I guess, maybe. Although, you'd probably just wipe them out with your sync anyways. Soften Up, that's +1 crit on your sync, which is nice. Hold Hostage, extra 10% if they're restrained. Damage, right, Rejuvenate 6, Sand Shelter, Sands of Time, Status Immunity. Nothing super interesting on our grid, right? Outside of Brain Power, personally, I don't think any of these are super interesting. I mean, Soften Up is nice, I guess. Super duper effective maybe, but yeah, yeah, her grid's not incredibly interesting. Anyways, in short, she is a very powerful dragon type damage dealer, very powerful ground type damage dealer. Question: should you be spending your gems on this banner / unit? The answer is yes. That's, yeah, the answer is yes. If you're saying, well, post, what if I don't need another dragon type damage dealer. Don't care, pull for her. Or what if I don't need another ground type damage dealer? Also don't care, pull for her, right? Or what, you know, what if you're like, maybe I just need a damage dealer. Don't care, still pull for her, right? What if you say, what if I just really don't like Serena? I hate Zygarde. I hate both of these for some reason. Okay, if you really hate Serena, I guess don't pull for her. But yeah, like, if you're at least neutral towards Serena and Zygarde, like, even if you don't like Serena or Zygarde at all, right? If you're just neutral to them, pull. This is a very powerful unit, right? This is one of the best damage dealers in the game, right? And it's if you do miss out on her, she will be like that Groudon, like that Kyogre from last year, right? When you miss out on them, it's like, damn it, I should not have missed out on them, right? Later on, when you think about it, because they are that good. They are that good, right? They are incredibly powerful, and so is Serena, right? And if you miss out on Serena, you will regret it. You will regret it, straight up. That's what I'm telling you. You will regret missing out on Serena. Also, a few other things. Next month might be a bit of a down month. So I wouldn't worry too much about what's coming next month, because next month is Easter, right? So we're going to get the Easter units, which generally, you know, I mean, last year's Easter units were fantastic. But it's going to be hard to really be better than Zygarde over here, right? But yeah, that being said, there's going to be the Easter units, which could be interesting. But I'm expecting maybe next month we just get like 2 spotlights, right? And like 2 Easter units, if I were to guess, right? If I were to guess, again, I don't really know at the moment. But if I were to guess, probably going to be 2 spotlight new characters and then like 2 Easter units, just because that's what happened last year, right? That's what happened last year, right after the 1.5 Annie. And then if you guys remember the second Annie, same thing happened, right? Second Annie, right after that was Halloween month. They got the 2 Halloween units, and then they had, what, Duroc and Alistair, right? So it's kind of a whatever month, right? Not saying none of those units are good. They're fine, but, like, they're not as good as the anniversary units, right? So, yeah, this is definitely something you want to pull for. Definitely something you want to pull for. Like just straight up, like, look at these numbers, right? Sygna Suit Serena. Look at that. 1.2 million! Right? Under Dragon Zone. That is insane amounts of damage. That's insane amounts of damage. That's like 50% more than something like almost 50% more than something like Charizard, right? For example, not Leon, the other one, the red Charizard, right? Or like a Delphox or whatever, right? Like, this is nuts. This thing is nuts. This thing does more AoE damage than Anniversary N, and she doesn't even have the Anniversary N thing where, like, there's no, like, split damage penalty, where, you know, AoE, you know, you have a split 50% penalty, right? If you know, just AoE, when you're using AoE moves, the opponent takes 50% less damage, but you hit like 3 targets. Like, this hits harder than Anniversary N, even with the split damage thing, right? That's how ridiculous this is. And yeah, her sync is also pretty good as well, right? For a striker. Keep in mind, she is a striker. Obviously, techs are gonna blast her out of the water. Although she is stronger than certain techs, right? At least. So there's that. But yeah, she's definitely very good. Also, a lot of people say, oh my god, she's a dragon type. Why didn't they make her a ground type? Which yeah. But the other thing is, her ground type damage is actually pretty good. Like, if you need a ground type damage dealer, pick her up. Like, straight up. You could pick her up as a ground type damage dealer. Like, she's actually pretty solid. Like, again, she's not maxi. She's not maxi. Obviously, maxi is maxi. Maxi's insane, right? But she's pretty solid. This is pretty solid, right? This is pretty solid. And, like, on top of that, right? On top of that, the other great thing about her as a ground type damage dealer is you don't have to, you know, like for example Cynthia, like, oh, you have to bring a Sandstorm unit, which isn't generally that bad of a deal if you have like Ingo, because Ingo's, you know, pretty solid support too. But like for example Serena over here, you don't need anything with her. You don't need anything with her, right? You straight up, you have 1,000 waves over here. That's your ground type damage dealer move. You don't have any sand multipliers, right? Sand doesn't really do much for you other than like Sands of Time, which, like, who cares, right? I mean, it's not like terrible, but so like you don't need a runner in sand. You could just throw her out there. You could buff yourself with all your stuff, and then boom, you're dealing more damage than like all these people over here, right? You're almost 700k damage dealer, which is very good. That is very, very, very good. Like, look at it. Like, look at some other types. Look at some other types. Like, their strongest damage dealer can't even do that much. Like, Poison's strongest damage, the strongest Poison damage dealing unit is not even close to, like, how much the ground type damage Serena does. Obviously, Poison's a really bad example because Poison sucks, let's be real. But let's see. Ice. Holiday Leon. The strongest ice type damage dealer. That's about as much as, you know, what Sygna Suit Serena does. Her ground type damage is very, very good, right? Like, again, people are like, ah, she's not ground type. Ah, ground type shafted, this and that. She's a very good ground type. I don't know, like, again, yeah, her sync isn't ground type, but like, okay, just sync with your EX support or something, which is just better anyways, generally, than syncing with your whatever, right? Unless it's like a one-shot for master mode. But like, she's a very good ground type damage dealer too, straight up. Like, again, since you don't have to bring Sandstorm, you don't need to bring a support. What you could bring is instead something like a Raihan, right? You could throw a Raihan in there, gives, you know, Sygna Suit Serena super effective up, which, you know, that's an extra 50% to this, right? Which is what? That's over 1 million, right? Raihan could give you super effective up. Raihan could give you physical damage up next, right? Or something like B, Palatine's B or whatever, that gives you that as well, or Snorlax. Like, she's a very good ground type damage dealer. I don't know why people like, she's very good. She's not even like average. Like, she's good. Again, she's not maxi, but she's very, very good, right? So anyways, yeah, in terms of how many copies you want, I'd say 1 copy is really enough, unless you really want like the big sync nuke Serena thing. 1 out of 5 is straight up just good enough, honestly. I feel like she doesn't really get too much out of her grid outside of, again, just brain power at 3 out of 5, right? 2 out of 5 really doesn't get you too much either, and then it's just mainly 3 out of 5 gives you brain power, right? Her grid's kind of trash. Again, outside of something like brain power, like, this is okay, this is whatever, honestly. Because brain power is nice. Soft up's not terrible, right? Like, everything else sucks. Like, so yeah, if like 1 out of 5 Serena's totally fine, right? Again, unless you want to sync big sync nuke Serena thing, then you go for 3 out of 5 brain power. But otherwise, yeah, 1 out of 5 is totally good enough, right, for this unit. But anyways, that's me on this one, I guess. Hope you all enjoyed, guys. Think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, my channel for some more Pro Masters content. Again, pull for this unit. Oh my, unless you're just the biggest Serena Zygarde hater, if you just like hate these people for some reason, well, get something better to do. I don't know. Get that hate out of your heart and pull for her. Okay, I'm kidding. If you really don't like her, then sure. Or if there's another unit up right now that you really like, then go for that instead. But otherwise, I highly suggest, again, it's just a suggestion, I'm not gonna go to your home, break in your door, and get your phone and pull for her on your phone or whatever. But also, one more thing, if you guys are pulling, right, and if you guys do remember the update, channel update video I did, if you guys want, you don't have to, again, if you guys want, you guys could record your summons, upload them to YouTube, put in the title, hashtag POMA fan summons, POMA fan summons, And afterwards I could I'll check them out and we could do a reaction, just fan summon reaction video, and I'll check out your summons, all right, instead of everyone just spamming my mentions posting screenshots or whatever. Just you again record your summons, throw them in there, right? So anyways, have fun folks, and I'll see you guys in the next one.